What's up, everybody? One Fun Guy podcast in the studio. I know it's a school night. Usually I don't go live during the week, but I had to print out some stuff tonight, and I figured since I'm by the laptop, I might as well just come live while I'm printing it out. So here I am, guys. So I just wanted to say what's up. Give you guys a little glimpse as to what's going on for my week. I have a very, very busy week of work. Friday night, I am doing my podcast with Heather Haxa. She is in a band. It's more of a, I don't know how to describe it. It's metal, but it's like rock and folk and kind of artsy. So she's super cool. So she's going to be my guest Friday night. It'll be a great conversation that we're going to have with her. She's very open about a bunch of things, so I don't want to give out any spoilers, but we're going to have a good conversation about music, life, the balance of social media. It's going to be a good one, guys. I'm actually super excited to have her on. And then I wrapped some things up with Beth. She unfortunately is going back to the hospital. So if you guys haven't followed my journey with brain damage Beth, she is a cancer survivor, but her brain damage because of the cancer is ongoing, and she's actually going to the Mayo Clinic. So, hey, Sylvia, what's up? So, unfortunately, we had to postpone our podcast for this month. She's going to try to do it, but I told her just to wait until she's better. She's got a lot of complications happening, so hopefully the Mayo Clinic, she's going to one in Minnesota, so hopefully that they can figure it out and kind of get her back on the right track with that. So our prayers and our thoughts and everything go out with Beth. She's an incredible human being. She's amazing. And I wish her nothing but the very, very best of well wishes and quick recovery in her endeavors with this brain cancer and this tumor and stuff. So with that going on, we are just going to postpone our podcast, but I'll be on with Heather Friday night, which I'm super excited about. So other than that, that's it. I changed my background, so I put some samurais up just to see if it matters or not. It's still the board. I came with some ideas. Kel actually had a great idea. He was like, maybe you should get the lights to go around it, but I'm still stuck with this. So Mike was like, you know, it looks okay. It's kind of my thing, but like I wish it was just different. So I don't want to paint it because it is wood. And I don't want to cover it with anything sticky because I don't want it to stick to the wood. If it was fake wood or vinyl or something like that, I'd have no problem wrapping it or doing something with it. I just don't know what to do because it is real wood and all the other wood in the house matches that. So I don't want to change it just because of this. So I thought of maybe hanging some artwork. Somebody else made suggestions of getting longer screws up top and hanging pictures down, which I actually thought about doing. It's not such a bad idea. I would just have to take them off anytime I wanted to open the cabinets. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I have some ideas and some thoughts, but I don't want it to be too cumbersome of a project. I don't want to damage the wood in any way. That's my big concern, right? I don't want to have any of that. Beautiful disaster, what's up? So I don't want to have any like thing permanent to the wood. That's my only concern. I don't want to damage the wood at all. But I'm willing to play with some ideas. So if anybody has anything that they think would be cool to see what they could do, that would be awesome as well. If you have any suggestions, please pop them into my inbox and let me know what you got going on. If there's anything cool that you think may or may not work or anything that might look kind of cool in your opinion, that would be awesome. So if you guys have anything, feel free to let me know. I saw somebody had something similar to that and they kind of like made it look like gift wrapping, but I could do that, but I don't want the paper to rip. So I'm kind of like, I want it to be somewhat durable and somewhat pliable. But I'd really still like to have access to the cabinets because all my movies are in there. So I don't know. If anybody has any suggestions, please feel free. Let me know if anybody knows of any like cool backgrounds. I don't want to do the green screen behind me because every time I do that, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I wear a hat. I have no idea, but it gets super pixelated. Like you can kind of see my shoulders and then the behind image, and it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't look good to me. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad, but when I watch it, I'm like, ooh, I could totally, like, every time I move, it feels like I'm glitching, and I don't want to do that. So if anybody has any suggestions, that would be awesome. But I just thought I'd come on a little bit now to say what's up, say hi to everybody. Like I said, guys, I don't plan on doing this, staying live tonight very long, maybe a half hour. So if that, I'm tired. I do have to work tomorrow. I just thought I'd come on just to see what everybody was doing. Normally I don't go live on school nights, like I said. Unfortunately, I had to come down here and do some stuff on the laptop, so I figured, well, since I'm waiting for it to spell check and do all the stuff, I might as well just go live. So while it's doing that, it's got a few more minutes left, and then I'll probably end up hopping off here, but I just thought I'd come on to say what's up. So if you guys are on and you know, you can share the show, that would be awesome. If you like the show, please like it. But it's not a requirement, guys. I don't ask you to tap my face or tap my nose or touch the screen. If you're on, and you like it, that'd be awesome if you did. If you don't, no big deal. I'm just kind of hanging out tonight, guys. I'm not really doing anything to bump the algorithm. Or Amy, what's up? Marsha, what's up? Joe, what's going on? So like I said, I'm not asking for it if I'm just on and kind of hanging out tonight. So it's not really a night that I really care about getting anything or doing anything. It's just, it's not going to end a streak or put me into the next league or whatever. I don't even care about that kind of stuff. What you can do, though, is if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, One Fun Guy Podcast over on YouTube, that would be awesome if you could subscribe to that. That would be really, really cool. That would help me out a lot. I'm trying to get subscribers and grow my YouTube channel, and I want to do it organically. I don't want to buy viewers. I want it to be a kind of Jasmine, what's up? Roy B, what's going on? Gabo, what's happening? So, work's been okay. It's just work, you know, it's nothing too crazy, but it's, you know, getting a little bit difficult nowadays, but it is what it is. It's just the climate we live in. It'll pass hopefully somewhat soon. But other than that, everything else is good. Like I said, Hexa is going to be my guest tonight, or Friday, not tonight. On Friday, Heather's awesome. She's in a band called Hexa. If you guys haven't followed it, it's a Hexa band. She's awesome. I posted a bunch of stuff. Kiki, what's going on? I posted a bunch of videos when I went to see your concert a couple Saturdays ago. And Kel was actually playing guitar and programming in her band, so that was awesome to see them rock it out. But yeah, so we're just gonna kind of hang out, make a fun night, and kind of go from there. It's gonna be a short night. Hopefully, you know, I'm you know, not rambling too much, but I'm just trying to get everything in my brain out of my mouth onto the screen to tell you guys what I got going on. Beth, what's going on? I mentioned you earlier. Prayers and well wishes and speedy recovery to you. I kind of filled everybody in as to what was going on, and we'll figure out a date to do the podcast and go from there. I haven't forgotten about you. My thoughts and prayers are with you, so stay positive. Keep up that good energy, and you'll get through this. We'll get you through it. So other than that, guys, I'm just kind of hanging out. Like I said, I'm not really doing anything tonight. I do have to work tomorrow, so I do need to get ready for work and get ready for stuff for tomorrow. But I thought I'd just come on tonight, guys, while I'm just kind of doing my stuff for work. I had to print out a few things. I had to stop at Best Buy after work and get some ink cartridges to print it out. So while it's doing all of its stuff, I just thought I'd hop on and kill some time while that's happening. It takes about 8 minutes to do the spell check and then the printer and stuff like that. So I thought I'd hop on while it's doing that. It's almost done now, so I'm just kind of hanging out and doing the thing here. Nothing too fancy tonight. Just kind of, like I said, kind of putting the agenda together for what's going on for the rest of the week. I do have a few things coming up with my podcast and work, so I'm going to try to come on Friday night for sure, maybe Saturday during the day for a little bit, and then possibly Sunday during the day, depending on how my weekend goes, how tired I am, and what I have going on. It's going to be a long one. I work Saturday night into Sunday as a favor to a friend. I'm doing a gig with him, so it's going to be an overnight. I'm not looking forward to it and I'm not really happy about it, and it's not generally my normal thing, but when a friend needs a favor, you kind of help out, and that's what I'm doing. So hopefully he appreciates it, because it is going to be a very, very long night for me, and it makes it for a very, very long weekend, because you'll lose your Saturday and Sunday, and those are my days off, so I'll be working. But Friday night will be fun with Heather. I'll try to get on as much as I can Saturday and Sunday. Otherwise, with that being said, I hope you guys understand that I do work a normal job. I do my podcast for fun on the side. I'm really loving doing it, but it is work. It's not easy. Trying to fulfill obligations and get guests and be productive, and have different people and have different subjects of conversation. It's not easy trekking down people and making it work. I'm very fortunate that I've had some really cool people that I've met and that I've interacted that actually want to do a podcast and put in their time and effort to help me out. So I super appreciate that. It makes things a lot easier for me to do. Keep organized and keep what I have going. I always keep a notebook with me, guys, a kind of a journal / calendar. So if anything pops up, I know what's going on and I kind of know where I'm going from there. So for me, it makes things a lot easier to do that, to stay organized. I try to do that as much as I can. But if you guys are hopping on, I'm One Fun Guy Podcast. I do a weekly podcast with guest and myself. Normally with guest, that's kind of my big thing. But if you or somebody wants to be a guest on my podcast, shoot me a message. If you think you know somebody who's a good guest that would be on, please shoot me a message. I'd love to do it. Holly, thank you so much for hopping on and liking the show. That's awesome. If you guys are on and you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate it. It's One Fun Guy Podcast over on YouTube. Any subscribers I get would be much appreciated. Anybody who likes this show, if they could share it, that would help me out a lot. Like I said, I don't ask you guys to tap the screen or send hearts or anything like that. If you do, awesome. I appreciate it. If you guys follow me, I will follow you back. That's kind of the way it goes. Kate, what's going on? Who else hopped on? Beth is on, Linda's on, and Holly's on. So thank you guys for everything, guys. I really appreciate it. If you like what you see, like I said, I'm One Fun Guy Podcast over on YouTube. I'd love a subscription from you guys. If you guys just subscribe to my channel, it's free. All it takes is about 30 seconds to type in my name and follow me and subscribe. If you guys are on here, follow me. I'll follow you back. Share my stuff out. Like I said, I do weekly podcasts. Everything that I do gets posted on YouTube. So whether I'm live on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, everything lives on my YouTube channel. I'm always down to make new friends, meet new people, have good conversations. So if something has been a bucket list of yours and you've always wanted to be on a podcast, feel free to hit me up. I love meeting new people and I love sharing my stuff. So if you are interested in being a guest on my show, feel free to hit me up and let me know. I'd love to have you as a guest. It would be super fun, and I'm always looking forward to new people, like I said. So if this is something that, might be a thought for you to do, or you've always kind of wanted to do it, please feel free to use my platform to do that. I'd love to have you as a guest. So, like I said, I do a weekly podcast. It's pretty fun. At least I think it is. I enjoy doing it. I like meeting new people. I like having different people on my show. So if you're doing that, guys, sorry, I'm just finishing up my last of my printing stuff here. I got to plug in my USB for my printer, so that's what I'm doing now. And then once I do that, I will get this going here, and hopefully all my stuff will be completed. So that was the majority of me coming on tonight live, because I had to print up some stuff from work, and I thought that it would be a cool thing to do. So like I said, I'm doing it. So that's that for now. I'm just kind of hanging out. If you guys are new here, I'm One Fun Guy Podcast. Follow me. I'll follow you back. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me here. I do a weekly podcast. I'm just going to share this out to see if anybody else is on. If they are, awesome. Hopefully I can get a few people to come on with me if they want to. I don't know who is on or who is around, but I'm going to share it out regardless of that fact. So just give me a second here, and hopefully I'll send it out and see if anybody's on. If they want to hop on with me, they can. If not, I'm going to kind of call it quits in a little bit here. I wasn't planning on making it a very, very long live anyways. Keith, what's going on? Kane Core's mom. I think that's Kane Corso mom. I read that wrong. Michelle, what's going on? So if you guys are on, say what's up. Feel free to say hi, chat with me. If you got anything you want to know about me, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I do my best to answer every question in a truthful and honest way. So if there's anything you want to know about me or my podcast or my guest, let me know. I'd be happy to talk about it. Other than that, I don't know if I have anything else going on. I have, like I said, I have my show Friday night with Heather. I'm just doing some stuff tonight. Amy Jo, what's up? So if you guys follow me, I'll follow you back. It's simple as that. We'll be friends. We'll stay in touch. I try to comment on everybody's page. If they post something, I always try to be supportive and positive. Do the stuff that everybody expects, leave a comment, leave something. I always try to be supportive and positive. Do the stuff that everybody expects, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a share, share to my page. So hopefully you guys support me. I'll support you. Comment, leave a like, leave a share, share to my page. So hopefully you guys support me. I'll support you. That's kind of how I do it. But yeah, other than that, it's just kind of like I said, I normally don't go live on a school night. So WD, what's up? Holly, my podcast is about, it's really based on my guest, right? So if I have a music guest, we talk about music. If I have a sports guest, we talk about sports. If I have an artist, we talk about art. I've had a few comic book people lately, which is really kind of cool. I don't really know much about comics other than, the basic like Marvels and DCs, but they are independent comics. And so Mike was on, and then I had Kareen before that. So it was awesome, right? So Carissa was a great guest, and going from there. So Fallon, what's up? So we're just on. Like I said, if you guys follow me, I will be more than happy to follow you guys back. I try to be as positive and upgoing as I can. So if you guys like what you see, this is pretty much it. If Haley, what's up? If you guys like my podcast, like I said, go to my YouTube channel and check it out. It's One Fun Guy Podcast. Every podcast I've ever done, every live I've ever done, every interaction I've ever done lives on YouTube. So if you guys go there and check out any one of my other ones that I do, that would be awesome, right? So if you guys did that, that would be fantastic. If you subscribe, that would be even better. But if you want to see what my podcast is about or the guest I've had on, if you go over to my YouTube channel, it's One Fun Guy Podcast. Everything that I've ever done is listed on there. There hasn't been one live or anything that I've ever done that hadn't been on there. Going that I've ever done is listed on there. There hasn't been one live or anything that I've ever done that hadn't been on there. Going that I've ever done is listed on there. There hasn't been one live or anything that I've ever done that hadn't been on there. Going from teasing her about the bloodline, but she's a huge wrestling fan, and so am I. So we're friends to talk about wrestling. Hopefully we could still set that up, Haley, if you want to. I've done 3 podcasts so far about wrestling. One was top tag teams. One was factions, best wrestling factions, which I think my list was DX, NWO, Horsemen, and I think it was in that order. And then I had my top 10. My buddy James did his top 10. We did top 10 tag teams. We're very wrestling minded, right? So we talked, like, all of our stuff was pretty much equal, right? Like, he had a few tag teams on there that I didn't have, and I had a few, but I think 7 out of our 10 were the same, and I think that 9 out of our 10 factions were the same, just in different orders. But yeah, I'm a huge wrestling fan. One of my favorite wrestlers, I got a couple of his autographs on my wall up here, was Vampiro. I was a huge WCW fan. Attitude Era versus Nitro Era, but Vampiro was always one of my favorite wrestlers. He still is. RVD's up there. Taz is up there. The Bullet Club is up there. I have Jay White and Bad Luck Fale, who was one of the original Bullet Club guys. The Dudleys signed something for me. I have my Forbidden Door poster back there. I have the greatest tag team, in my opinion, that ever lived was the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom. I have an art piece that was limited to 100, and I think I have number 71. So I have a bunch of wrestling stuff. I'm a huge wrestling fan. Obviously, behind me, the Bucks are here with their tag team belts. So obviously, you guys know that I'm a wrestling fan. I collect the toys. I got Hogan and the Giant up there. I got a bunch of other ones up there. I got Kenny Omega, Macho Man, and Piper, the old school wrestling ones. So obviously, I grew up in the era of wrestling that was called the Golden Era of Wrestling, which was basically 1981 to like the first WrestleMania. It was like 81, 82, up until basically, I think, the 90s, late mid 90s. And then it transferred into something else, and then Shelly, what's up? And then it turned into the Attitude Era, which obviously I was in high school for the Attitude Era. So wrestling's always been a big part of my life. I posted something on Facebook the other day. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was the first wrestling show. It was the flyer to the first wrestling show that I had ever been to. And it was Hogan versus Paul Orndorff in a Texas whipping match. And they were belted together, and they each had these leather straps, and you could hear the crack of the leather on them each time they got whipped. It was pretty awesome. That was my first one. Ricky Steamboat wrestled at that. Jimmy Snuka wrestled at that. Greg the Hammer Valentine was there. It was a cool show. I think I was 6 or 7 years old. And my cousin took me, and this was actually the flyer to it. So you could see that it was Hogan and Paul Orndorff, and then Macho Man and Steamboat were the other ones. This was a really cool one because it was, I believe it was October 3rd, and I think it was either 86 or 87. And one of the guests that was there was Otis Wilson, who was the Bears linebacker in the 1985 Bears Super Bowl, where they did the Super Bowl shuffle. So this was really cool because Otis Wilson was actually at the show. And then when we were leaving the parking lot together, our cars were kind of like, you kind of had this thing. And Otis Wilson was next to us. He was in a Jeep or something really big and jacked up at the time. Obviously, it's 86 or 87. He was playing with the Bears at the time. And we honked down, he rolled the window, and I waved to Otis Wilson, so that was kind of cool. But that was my first wrestling show ever. So, I mean, I've been a big fan of wrestling since I was, like I said, 6 years old, 7 years old. I've gone to hundreds of wrestling shows. I've met some really cool wrestlers. At the New Japan show, I got to meet Jay White, who obviously signed my thing, and he signed my shirt with the Bullet Club on it. So me and him took a picture together with the Bullet Club. So obviously wrestling's been a huge part of my life. Sports has been a big part of my life, and music has been a big part of my life. So if you guys didn't know that, then now you do. So wrestling and music have been my first two loves in sports, right? I've done all of the three things since I was a kid. Unfortunately, I never played an instrument because I always focused on sports, but I loved music as a kid. I still do to this day. I loved sports as a kid. I still do to this day. And I love wrestling as a kid, and I still do to this day. So there was a time in my life, and it's a funny story, but I almost became a professional wrestler. I was about 3 minutes away from picking up the phone and calling and joining a wrestling school. This tag team wrestled at my college in an independent wrestling show, and the tag team were heaven and hell. And I was a senior in college. I was still real big and muscular and, lifting weights and doing all the stuff for football. And I graduated, and I'm at a bar with my cousin Joe, and I see these two guys across the way, right? And they're wearing like skin tight shirts. They're all jacked up dudes, muscles and veiny, stuff like that. Probably a bunch of steroids, but I won't speculate. I'm just saying. But nonetheless, right? I walk up to them, and I was like, you guys were at my school. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, they were looking at me like I had a third eye. I'm like, you guys are heaven and hell. You guys wrestled at my college. And they're like, oh, yeah, we were talking. So they gave me their card, and they said, hey, if you want to be a wrestler, we have a wrestling school in Chicago here. Give us a call, and we'll set you up. And so I almost did. it was just a very obscure time in my life because I was still testing for a bunch of law enforcement agencies, and I was really focusing on that. But I was literally contemplating going and being a professional wrestler, right? I had the size. At that time I was 6'2", 275. I was pretty much solid muscle. Like I said, I was coming out of college. I was built, and it was just I wish I would have done it, right? The woulda, coulda, shouldas. That's one thing I wish I would have, just to try it, right? Like just to get in the ring and bounce off the ropes and see what it was about, right? At least if I sucked at wrestling or I wasn't very good. I mean, I was a good athlete, so I think I would have been okay, right? And I was in fairly good shape at that point, so I think I would have been all right. Strong. I mean, I could lift people up and slam them and stuff, so I don't think it would have been an issue. It's freezing up in here and there. No, it's nice. It's a nice night tonight. It's like 75 and cloudy. I haven't been outside, but it's our mornings get cold. Drops down to about 50 degrees at night right now, and our days are about 75, 76 during the day. But the live, hot and cold. Yeah, it's always is, right? People in and out, and somebody hops in and talks and then leaves or has something else going on. Like I said, guys, I wasn't planning on make this a very long live. I had to stop off after work today and go to Best Buy and get some ink for my printer. So I figured while I was doing everything, the real Melissa's here. What's up? Georgia weather now. So yeah, so it's hot and cold, but it's the lives are always like that, right? Sometimes you got 8 or 9 people on, then it goes down to 1. Never matters to me. I like talking to the people that goes out. So my internet should not be going in and out. I am right next to the modem, and I have so I should not be glitching at all. I am right next to the modem, and I have so I should not be glitching at all. I don't think. I hope not anyway, because I shouldn't be. But other than that, I just wanted to come on live with you guys. I still need to get ready for work tomorrow. Still got to get all my stuff together and put my stuff on. So hopefully I'm not glitching. I shouldn't be. I have 4 bars and I'm on my iPad, so I don't really have anything else going. The only thing would be the printer. That's on Wi-Fi, but that's on the other side of the basement. So hopefully I'm not. If I am, I apologize. I shouldn't be though. But I just wanted to come on real quick, guys, and say hi and tell you what I got going on for the rest of the week. Like I said, work has been super hectic. I was in court the last few days, so it's been kind of slow for me. But other than that, it's me then. It could be. We don't know. We'll see. If it is you, it's not the end of the world. If I'm glitching a little bit and I come back, that's fine. But yeah, so other than that, like I said, I'm working this weekend. I'm helping a friend out, which I normally don't work overnights. But, he was in need, so I told him yes. Next week, everything kind of goes back to work normal for me, so that'll be kind of cool. And then other than that, I don't really have anything else planned. I'm going to wait on Beth to see how her health is and see how she's feeling. She's at the Mayo Clinic. She's leaving this week, so she said when she gets there and gets everything figured out, she'll be back on my podcast again. We postponed it for her hospital. So if everybody, religious or not, if you guys can just keep Beth in your prayers or your thoughts, even if you're not religious, just put it into the world that she's going to get better. I told her I'd say a prayer for her and keep her in my prayers and go from there. So with that being said, though, guys, it's 8 o'clock my time. I've been on for about 30 minutes now, so I think I'm going to start wrapping things up pretty soon here. If anybody has anything they want to say before I leave, feel free. If you guys are okay with me hopping off, then I'll probably just call it a night. I do have to get all my stuff ready for work and get all the stuff I printed squared away. So that's pretty much it for what I got going on. So I thank you guys all for tuning in and following me and liking the show and commenting and doing all the stuff. I really appreciate it. Shelly, you have a good night. Sugar, you have a good night. I'm going to call it quits now. Say goodbye to everybody. Thank you again for being a part of my podcast and, doing all the stuff. I really appreciate all the likes and the support and the shares and everything else like that. So thank you guys so much for doing all that. I appreciate it. I love you. Thank you for being part of the One Fun Guy podcast family. Thank you for being involved in my life. Hopefully, we have a good rest of the week, and I will see you guys all on Friday night with Heather. We are going to be live on TikTok, so follow us Friday night 7 week, and I will see you guys all on Friday night with Heather. We are going to be live on TikTok, so follow us Friday night 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be a great show. I will see you guys all on Friday, hopefully. So have a great night. Love you guys. Thank you for being a part of the One Fun Guy podcast, and I will see you guys Friday night.